Now I'll let Councilman Dion Mcgill.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Oh, Jesus. All right, how you doing, everybody?
How you doing?
I'm trying. I'm here like everyone else to learn. I'm here with an open ears, open mind, open heart. But based on my reading, research, conversations, I prepared some comments. So let's go ahead and just get through that. All right. Let me start by stating a foundational principle. Due process is not optional. It is the bedrock of our justice system, and taking it away in the name of public safety is a dangerous path. And to be absolutely clear, stripping away due process is never acceptable in the name of public safety. Full stop. What we're seeing with this felony bypass pilot program is deeply troubling. It seeks to fast-track justice by sidestepping it entirely, bypassing the fundamental rights of individuals in this community. And let's not ignore the context. This program is being piloted right here in the 7th District, Englewood, one of the most historically over-policed, over-surveilled, and under-resourced communities, not just in this city, but arguably in the nation. And to that, we are also watching, at the same time, the removal of gun-related cases from the Englewood Restorative Justice Community Court, one of several courts in our city that reroute people with nonviolent charges from the traditional criminal system into an alternative, community-based program focused on accountability and restoration. From my understanding, gun cases make up 82.8% of the Restorative Justice Community Court's caseloads, according to the Chicago Appleseed Center for Fair Courts. 82.8%. So when you remove those cases, you are not just undermining the court, you are functionally defunding and dismantling one of the few community-rooted restorative systems we have to address harm without perpetuating cycles of incarceration. And I want to emphasize, we are not alone in sounding this alarm. Just yesterday, the Law Office of the Cook County Public Defender released a statement expressing serious concern about this program. I encourage everyone here to go read it. I read it twice this morning. This concern is not isolated. It is shared by the very people charged with defending the rights of our neighbors in the courts. Additionally, I received the following statement from Alexa Van Brunt, director of the Illinois office of the MacArthur Justice Center, who sends her regards but was unable to be here today. And I quote, "The Felony Review Unit was historically served as a second layer of review for felony charges brought by the Chicago Police Department officers. This review is incredibly important. It ensures that people are not wrongfully arrested, and it ensures people are not wrongfully kept in jail. We know that even a short time in jail has drastic consequences for people. There is a deep stigma attached to being arrested and incarcerated. People can lose their jobs and be unable to provide child care or care for other family members. But as a result of this pilot program, Felony Review will not look at any gun possession charges in Southside police districts. And as a result, gun charges will be subject to less oversight in these districts than charges brought in other neighborhoods. There will be fewer checks to make sure people's constitutional rights are protected and to make sure that arrests are legal. Expanding the pilot program also risks increasing over-policing in Southside police districts. We should not agree to sacrifice people's rights for more efficiency," end quote. And as someone who has spent years working in violence prevention and public health, I can say clearly, these decisions are misguided at best, and at worst, they feel like an intentional effort to erode Black-led, community-based responses to violence. And frankly, when you roll out a program like this, targeting a neighborhood like Englewood for experimentation, it's hard not to see the racial implications. Programs like this have been rolled out in our neighborhoods time and time again under the banner of reform, but they deepen harm. They perpetuate cycles of over-policing and incarceration. Someone please make it make sense. And to make matters worse, the district council elected by the community to have a say in public safety was not informed of this program. We heard about it in the news. We heard about it from concerned residents, not from CPD, not from our supposed partners in safety. This is yet another example of CPD's and the Cook County State's Attorney's Office unwillingness or their intentional malfeasance to work with the accountability systems this city created. Please, make it make sense. And we deserve real answers. We deserve transparency. We deserve a full accounting of how this program was designed, who it is supposed to benefit, and why this community is yet again being made the testing ground for questionable policing tactics. We do not consent to policy experiments that bypass our community's rights in the name of public safety. Public safety must be done with the community, not to the community. So my final thoughts, therefore, right, this afternoon, I speak for myself, but also as a 7th Police District Counselor, but I respectfully but firmly call for the following actions. And I suppose this would be the jumping off point for our conversation today. An immediate pause to the Felony Bypass pilot program. Transparent, publicly available data collection and reporting on every case impacted by this pilot and related diversion decisions, disaggregated by race, age, charge type, and outcome. A comprehensive racial equity impact assessment conducted independently and with leadership from trusted organizations such as Chicago United for Equity, not only for this program, but as a common practice for any initiatives being imposed in Chicago communities. Finally, authentic community oversight, not only through public forums, but through direct engagement with the District Council to co-create and shape district-level public safety initiatives, even when they are coming from or at the behest of outside governing bodies. And allow me to end by speaking directly to the power holders who thought that this was a good idea. It isn't. Who thought it could fly under the radar of public scrutiny. It didn't. And who thought it would go on to become yet another oppressive policy that decimates Chicago communities. It won't. To the residents here this afternoon, if you feel like I'm hitting the nail on the head, just give me a head nod. We will not let our community be the lab for failed experiments. We refuse to be the testing ground for broken ideas. Safety cannot come at the cost of justice. True public safety is built with the people, not at their expense. And to the Cook County State's Attorney, Ms. Eileen O'Neill Burke, representing here today by her Chief of Policy, Councilor Yvette Loizon, if you want public safety, you start with public trust. And right now, you are running on empty. Thank you.
Councilman Dion Mcgill for that.